We have a friend in need. Come and tell us what you would do. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. And today I need your help. This is a video part of the What Would You Do series, where one of our viewers has some kind of issue or dilemma and wants our help. So the person I want to talk about today is a long-time friend of Happy Stuff and Fluff, and so when this communication came in, I wanted to get on it straight away for her. First of all, let me excuse the noise. As soon as I start to film, my neighbour starts to drill his teeth or something, make furniture or whatever, so I apologise for that noise before I go ahead. Okay, so this came in as a result of the People Pleaser video, which was I think the one before last. I'll leave a link to it here. It did actually resonate with a lot of you, I have to say. I had quite a bit of communication about that video, so I will be doing more on it. But let me just read to you what we have here. So first of all, she says, great video, thank you so much. And she goes on to tell us that I have a girlfriend. I'm quoting here, and I do, of course, have her permission to put it out to you. I have a girlfriend of 20 plus years whose company I enjoy in limited doses. She's very intense, and too much togetherness leaves me exhausted. She moves several states away and expects us to visit each other, usually for about a week. We've done this a couple of times, and I'm ready to come home by the third day. My husband can't tolerate her for more than a few hours. Every phone conversation ends with her trying to plan a visit to each other. If the plane ticket wasn't so expensive, I wouldn't mind just going for the weekend, but even then she would be trying to persuade me to stay longer. I really can't come up with a solution. She knows I fear flying. She has a rebuttal for every excuse I come up with. Any ideas? Thanks. So, my first question to you is, do you want to rescue this relationship? Is it worth saving? You've obviously been a friend for 20 years, but that doesn't mean it's a good, authentic friendship just because it's a long friendship. So ask yourself that question. If you do, then you're going to have a difficult conversation at some point, I think. My way of providing a solution here, if that's what I had to do, would be to suggest, perhaps you suggest to her, could you perhaps meet halfway? Instead of going to stay with her for a week, could you meet halfway somewhere and have a girly weekend together and leave Mr. Husband at home? That way, you only get to see her for a weekend and can enjoy her company. She gets to see you, and your husband isn't even involved. That is one solution if you want to keep this relationship going. I think, you know, from what you've said, she's moved a few states away. Maybe she doesn't have very many friends yet where she is. I don't know. You don't tell me that. But I suspect that's the case. And so she's trying to hang on to your friendship in this way. Maybe that's it. But you know, you are not responsible either for her social relationships or for her happiness. This is something she's got to sort out for herself. She is not your responsibility, is what I'm trying to say to you. And a friendship should not be an obligation. You should want to go and see her. You should enjoy your time together. It should be equal. You should be authentic with each other. As I said, at our ages, we want authentic relationships where we are each uplifting the other and enjoying each other's company and not feeling resentful because someone expects you to do something. That's the language you use. She expects us, which makes me feel that you feel obliged to go and you don't particularly want to go. So if you're getting the call for her for you to go and see her and you're feeling, oh, then you go, it's not good for you and it's not good for her. Now, in further communication, you tell me you want to be kind to her, you don't want to upset her feelings. I'm not sure you're going to get away with this without doing that. But this is not your fault, as I'm saying. I think you're going to have a conversation where you're going to have to be firm, decide beforehand what you are going to do. So if you're going to present this, let's meet together for the weekend, instead, that's the only way you are able to meet your friend. You've got to get this right before you make the telephone call. Exactly, even if you have to practice what you've got to say, because sometimes difficult conversations need that. And maybe even think of some of the answers she's going to come up with, but you're going to have to be firm. No, I can't do that anymore. We're unable to do it. You don't even have to give reasons. We're unable to do it. But what I would love us to do is to meet up for the weekend. So you're saying no to something, but you're giving a solution also. So I would say, think about what you're going to say, write it down, practice saying it, have a solution. These are the only two things. And then very gently but kindly say, you really want to see her, and doing it that way is the only way you're going to be able to continue a long distance relationship. Guys, if any of you out there have had to have this conversation with someone, could you please let us know? Even if you haven't had this kind of conversation, what would you do in this situation? Obviously, on the one hand, nobody wants to upset each other, but if this is a relationship that's become an obligation that is going to drain you and cause you problems with your husband, then you've either got to come up with a solution, short, sharp solution, or gently let this relationship go. I don't mean to sound harsh there, but you don't want this relationship to deteriorate into that kind of relationship where you really only go to see this person under obligation. So that's my answer to you. Be interesting to see what everybody else thinks. Look forward to reading that. And difficult conversations are difficult, but done over the phone, done firmly, offering a solution, I think that might help. I hope it does. Okay, back to, I don't know what the next video is, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Whatever it is, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So until then, remember that on the Happy Stuff and Fluff, we are getting happy and growing younger. See you soon.